We got new news out of Royal Caribbean. They're trying stunts on their new ship. We got really great news with Carnival. And we got a new cruise line on the horizon. All this coming up next. Well, howdy there, everybody out there in TV land. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. So every time I post new content, you'll be notified, which is virtually every single day. So, I want you to pay attention to the wall, because it's going to change tomorrow. No, I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to dance. I am not going to be your cheap entertainment. But the background will change tomorrow. So this will be the last video where you get to see this. Not this, but this. Oh, anyways. What are we here for? To hear me talk about my backdrops or to hear the cruise news? The cruise news! Thank you. Thank you very much. So, Royal Caribbean had the Red Bull skydivers. They just keep cranking it up. 1 notch, 2 notch, 3 notch. They had the Red Bull skydivers land on the bow of the Utopia of the Seas when it was off the coast of their private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay, during the inaugural cruise, which featured Meghan Trainor as the godmother. Also, in Royal Caribbean news, Royal Caribbean is teasing us with a new class of ship. They're going to call it the Discovery class. Now, I will tell you from what the CEO has said about the new ship, it's going to be smaller. It's not going to be bigger. It's going to be smaller. The reason for that is because he said that he wasn't worried about the height. The reason for that is because the ships are so big. The Icon class, the Oasis class are so big they can't go through the Panama Canal. The other Royal Caribbean ships are getting so old that their life cycle, if you will, is coming to a close. About between 25, 30 years, the cruise lines start looking at getting rid of them. I think I have heard somewhere in the estimate that it takes 7 to 8 years for them just to pay one of them babies off. And now these ships are well over $1 billion a piece. So, I'm not sure what the figure is now. I don't know if this figure has increased or if because of the increase in the passenger capacity, the increased volume of sales that they can get because of the increase in the passenger capacity. As you got to remember, these older ships like Grandeur of the Sea, Splendor of the Sea, they can only fit like 1,460 people on the ship. These new ships are holding 4,000 and 5,000 people. So it's more fuel efficient for them to run these bigger ships with these more people on them. And they can also get more dollars off of more people than these ships that only hold like 1,500 people. So you can see the life cycle ending. But they run into a problem because they can't fit these big ships through the Panama Canal. They still have to get their ships from the Caribbean to Alaska without having to go all the way around South America and back up. So they have to build them smaller. I knew it was coming. I've told people for years, Royal Caribbean cannot keep getting bigger. They have to get smaller because they have to get those ships through the Panama Canal. So we're going to wait. As they bring out new news about the Discovery class, I will bring it directly to you. So make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, folks. Our friends over at Carnival Cruise Lines has just made a rock star announcement. I mean, big announcement. Like, I don't think anybody's seen this coming. I mean, you're talking about a cruise line who just a few years ago, everybody was just looking around like, what's up with Carnival? Because they was mortgaging ships or whatever you want to call it. They were putting liens on ships. That's what you want to call it. They were putting liens on their ships, trying to keep money flowing so they could keep them cruising. Everybody was questioning. Royal Caribbean kept coming out with new bills, and Carnival, nothing. Quiet as a mouse. And you know this stuff doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning. No announcements from Carnival. Then all of a sudden, boom, they made their announcement. We're going to build a new ship. Today, they have announced not one, not two, but 3 new ships. Not including the 2 Excel classes that they have on order, but they have announced 3 brand new builds. They haven't even named the class yet. They just told the shipyard, hey, we want 3 more ships. We want them to be 250,000 tons. These are going to be some monsters, folks. Carnival is coming after Royal Caribbean in a big way. I can see it. Although Royal Caribbean is now the leaders, I can see Carnival. Carnival is coming for them. So they have the 2 Excel classes. They have one coming out in 2027, one in 2028, because you know they missed all that time that they didn't have the money to get new builds. Everybody's seen the news. They couldn't get any loans. Their stock was, what, $6 a share or something like that? Now they're bouncing back, and they're bouncing back big, baby. They are not stopping. They're not taking a breath, nothing. They have the new builds, the 2 Excel classes left for 27 and 28. And then they have the 3 yet to be named class, 250,000 ton ships. They're going to come out in 2029, right after the last Excel class rolls off. They're going to start the keel for the new ones. The last Excel class comes off in 2028. The next class will start 2029, 2031, and 2033, folks. Those are the years to look out for. 2028, 2029, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2031, and 2033. 5 ships, folks. So as you know, you can say it with me. As I get new news on this new class of ship, I'll bring it directly to you. So you know it. Turn on that notification bell. Subscribe to my channel. So as it comes out, it will come directly to you. As soon as it comes out, folks. All right, y'all. This next story is about a new cruise line. I do have a little bit of notes because I'm not going to remember it all. But 2024 has been a crazy year. I mean, we've got a cruise line who we were questioning the last couple of years. Now they've bounced back like never before. They got 5 cruise ships on order. Who would have thought, right? $1 billion cruise ships on order. Who would have thought? There's hardly no, I don't know if y'all been paying attention, there's hardly no specials anymore on cruising. Cruising has bounced back so much. The cruise ships are sailing so full that finding last minute deals is not really a thing anymore. I mean, even yours truly has got cruises booked in 2026, folks. We got cruises in 2026, and I'm still looking for my summer 2026. That, and I haven't nailed it down yet because Princess hasn't came out with their 2026 schedule. A lot of cruise lines, folks, have came out with their 2026 schedules. Princess has not. But a lot of them have. But this has been a crazy year. 2024 has just been a crazy year because we got cruise lines bouncing back. We got cruise line ordering huge orders. I don't know how to even say it. I'm so excited about these new ships coming out. I know I got to wait 6 years, but hey, it's going to be worth the wait, folks. I'm going to be on them. I'm going to be on them. I'm going to grab some new cruises. I'm going to grab some right out of the gate cruises. That's what I'm going to do. I'm starting to be like a pastor. We're about to have the gospel coming up in this place. Woo! Man, you're going to start preaching. I'm going to bring out the good book. We're just going to have we're going to have a old time camp meeting right here on YouTube. That's what's going to happen. Woo! Yeah, man, I felt the cruise Holy Spirit there getting into me. Anyways, there's this new cruise line. It's called Cruise Saudi. They're going to do local cruises around Saudi Arabia. Imagine that. Okay. The cruise line is, I guess they're going to pronounce it, I don't know, Aroya. Let's just say Aroya. Okay. That sounds more Spanish, don't it? Aroya. Okay. And that's going to be the name of the first ship. I say first ship because I'm sure they're going to buy more or save their pennies in a jar and order a new build. I don't know. But their first ship was only built, folks, in 2017. It wasn't even built in 2017. It was still a shell. Okay. As y'all remember, there was a cruise line named Dream Cruises that was owned by Star Cruises, that was owned by Genting Cruises, okay? Genting went out of business during the pandemic, and they had to get rid of all their ships. So all the ships, Genting also owned, I do believe, Silver Seas, maybe? Can't remember. They owned a luxury cruise line, too. At one time, Star Cruises owned NCL, but they turned them loose. Thank God, before the pandemic hit. Otherwise, there may not be an NCL. But they still own a luxury cruise line. Maybe it was Crystal. Can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But I remember when all this was going down, well, they went bankrupt. They had to get rid of all their ships. And this was one of the ships that they were building at the time. Ginseng was building it for Star Cruises, and they were going to call it the World Dream, and it never surfaced. Well, this new cruise line called Cruise Saudi bought it, built it, and now they're going to sail it. It's going to start sailing December of 2024. The booking is already open. How an American would do it, I don't know. Because as y'all know, I'm here in Texas. So we have our standard cruise line. I guess it's the word I'm looking for. We have our standards that we do. And that's what we mainly discuss on this channel. But I like bringing new and exciting stuff. So we do have a new cruise line. If you're interested in doing something like that, like Celestial just cruises around Greece, this cruise line is going to do the same thing except around Saudi. And I know that there's a lot of Americans who do go book Celestial. I keep saying Crystal. Every video I mistakenly say Crystal. It's Celestial Cruises, folks. Just like they do, I'm sure there's going to be Americans who are going to look into this, and they're probably going to book it. And I'm going to see stuff on the message boards or somewhere on the internet, and I'll be like, ooh. And then I'll find out how good they are, and I'll bring it back to you all. So, but that is your cruise news for today. We got Royal Caribbean coming out with a new class of ship called Discovery. We got Carnival ordering 3 brand new ships that they ain't even going to tell us what the class is going to be called. Maybe they'll send me an email and say, Uncle Randy, name the class. Name the class. You've been on enough Carnival cruises. Just name it, you know. And we have a new cruise line coming out of the gates. So the cruise industry is alive, it's well, and it's very, very, very exciting. So please do me a favor. Let's get me to 100 subscribers. Click that subscription button. Please turn that notification bell on So you'll know every time I come out with new stuff. Make sure you tune in tomorrow so you can see my new motif. Until next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will see you tomorrow.